Okay, so about that, I love any excuse to talk about my favorite article. This is a group of Harvard students who managed to convince their administration to divest from fossil fuels. That included tactics like storming the field during the annual football game against Yale. And it worked. And they have kept going. They have managed to talk institutions into divesting over $40 trillion from the fossil fuel industry. So, Texas already instituted a law that withdraws government funds from banks, insurance companies, pension funds, and other financial institutions that boycott investing in oil and gas firms. Here we see West Virginia mentioned. So, I've mentioned ALEC in the past. They are a conservative corporate lobbyist group, and they have been working with Republicans to try and stop this movement. The industry claims divestment efforts won't work, but it's freaking out behind the scenes and spending ungodly sums of money to defeat the movement. The divestment movement works on two key prongs. There's the economic prong of cutting off the flow of money that the fossil fuel industry needs to finance the status quo. And there's clear evidence that this works. Even fossil fuel companies have admitted in its disclosures to regulators. The other prong is a social tactic, mobilizing people, raising awareness, revoking the industry's social license. It's the idea that if it's wrong to wreck the planet, it's wrong to try to profit from that destruction. Divestment has emerged as one of the most potent material threats to the fossil fuel industry. One reason the divestment movement has proved so successful is because it forces powerful institutions to choose which side they are on around the world. Young people are demanding environmental justice and climate action, and they're following the money to see who's serious. These past 10 years, the morale and the financial arguments have become all the more clear. Back then, activists were warning that fossil fuel investments posed a profound and unmitigatable risk to a portfolio, that were not in a good way to make money, and that it was deeply misguided to invest in the arson as the planet burns, so to speak. Those predictions have borne out. Over the past decade, it has proved to be one of the worst sectors you could have invested in. Divestmentdatabase.org is tracking the institutions that are divesting from fossil fuels. You can check out their full archive. Here we bully oil executives. Let's take their money.